Good evening, everyone. In today's class, we are going to look at Chapter 2, Linear Equation in One Variable for Mathematics of Class 8th. And what we are going to see is the NCERT solutions for Class 8th Maths, Chapter 2, Exercise 2.1, Linear Equation in One Variable. The page that you are seeing is a page on our website, arinjayacademy.com. And in today's session, I am going to take all these questions which are part of this particular exercise. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat box and I would try to answer them as they come along. So the first question which you have in this particular chapter is solve x minus 2 is equal to 7. While the answer is there on the left side, please try and focus on what I am writing. Whenever you have linear equation in one variable, the first thing you should try and do is get all the variables on one side and get all the digits on the other side. In this particular case, x is a variable, and besides x, you have 2 and 7, which are numerical digits. So what you should try and do is, the first thing is you should try and move all the digits to the other side of the equation. So if I just highlight here, this is the equals sign here. If I move minus 2 to the other side, what will I have? I will have x is equal to, because x is the one which is going to be left here, 7 plus 2. Minus 2, when it goes to the other side of the equal sign, becomes plus 2. And therefore, 7 plus 2 will be equal to 9. And that is the solution to the first question. It is quite simple. Let's look at question number 2. Solve y plus 3 is equal to 10. Y plus 3 is equal to 10. In this case, again, the same thing you need to do is you need to move the numeric digit to the other side of the equation. What this will do is, on the left hand side, you will be left with y is equal to 10 is already here. When you move 3 plus 3 to the other side of the equation, it will change its sign and it will become minus 3. And 10 minus 3 will be equal to 7. So y is equal to 7 will be the solution of this linear equation. As we move on to the next question, if you want, you can subscribe to our channel and get more videos like this. But in the meantime, let me solve the third question for you. In the third question, what you are given is that 6 is equal to z plus 2. Now here what is happening is that the variable, instead of being on the left side, it is there on the right side of the equation. So I can just move this to the other side, or what I can do is I can just write this equation as z plus 2 is equal to 6. It is one and the same thing. There is no difference between the two of them. If I do this and I move 2 to the right side of the equation, I will have z is equal to 6 minus 2, or that gives me 4. In other words, z is equal to 4. So these are some of the simpler questions. Now we will move on to something relating to fraction. But again, the question is in relation to a linear equation in one variable. So in this question, you have 3 upon 7 plus x is equal to 17 upon 7. The concept remains the same. You have a variable x, so I will just retain it on the left side of the equation and I will move this to the right hand side of the equation. This is plus 3 upon 7. If I move it to the right hand side of the equation, this will become minus 3 upon 7. Right? If I take the LCM of these two numbers, I get 7. And because both the denominator are 7 in this case, 7 divided by 7 is 1. 1 times 17 will give you 17 minus 3. Or in other words, you will get 14 upon 7. When you divide 14 by 7, you get the answer as 2. So this was the fourth question. I don't know, in case you feel that I'm going a little fast, you can ask me and I can maybe slow down a little bit. But these questions are pretty simple, and that's one of the reasons why it doesn't make sense to be more slower than this. 6x is equal to 12. Now, one of the things which you would have learned in respect of equations is that if you divide both sides of the equation by same number, the equation remains unchanged. Now, in this particular case, I have 6x, which means what? 6 into x. And on the right side, I have 12, which can be written as 12 into 1. If I see that 6 and 12 both can be divided by 6. So if I do that, I will be able to simplify this equation. So 6 divided by 6 gives me 1. 12 divided by 6 gives me 2. 1x, or in other words, x is equal to 2. This is how I have solved the fifth question. Shall we move on to the next question? We are looking at these questions on arrangeacademy.com. If you want to download these solutions, you can just go to this particular URL, the URL right here. And it is also given in the description link of this particular live stream that you're watching. You can just go to the stream and download this equation. You can also share this with your friends. Now, let's look at the next one. Solve t upon 5 is equal to 10. In this particular case, you can also write this as 10 upon 1. Now, you know about cross multiplication. So if I do a cross multiplication, in this case over here, I will have t into 1 on the left side, and I will have 10 into 5, in other words, 50 on the right side. Or in other words, I can simply write this as t is equal to 50. Clear? Let's look at the next question. Here basically you have been given that 2x upon 3 is equal to 18. But I can write 18 as 18 upon 1. Again, if I do the cross multiplication of the numeric part, I will multiply 2 by 1. In other words, I can write the left side as 2x into 1 is equal to, and then I can multiply 3 with 18. 18 times 3 will be 54. Yeah. So 2x is equal to 54. If I just get the answer for x, that will be equal to 54 divided by 2, or simply 27. The value of x will be 27 in this particular case. I hope we have this thing clear in respect of whatever we have done. And now we will move on to the eighth question. 1.6 is equal to y divided by 1.5. This question is no different than what we did earlier. Again, we need to just do the cross multiplication. So y times 1 will give me what? It will give me y is equal to 1.6 into 1.5. If you solve 1.6 into 1.5, you will get the answer as 2.4. Now, one of the simpler ways to do this is 1.6 into 1.5. So you do the entire multiplication and you get it. Other way to look at this is that this is going to be 150% of x. If you are good in terms of calculating percentages, you can do it this way also. Let's look at the next question, which is 7x minus 9 is equal to 16. Move the numeric digit to the other side, you get 7x is equal to 16 plus 9, which is 25. And if you divide both the sides by 7, you will get 7 will cancel out the 7. So what is left on the left side is only x. X is equal to 25 by 7. Yeah. अगले क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं. अगर आप चाहें तो आप हमारा चैनल सब्सक्राइब कर सकते हैं. इसके थ्रू आपको जो आगे और भी वीडियोस होंगे उन सब के लिए यू विल गेट इंफॉर्मेशन अराउंड देम. नाउ let's look at the next question. 14y minus 8 is equal to 13. Moving the digit to the other side, you will have 13 plus 8. I will just remove this, which is 21. And what will be the value of y? If I just divide y is equal to, so 14y is equal to 21, which means y will be equal to 21 divided by 14. ये दोनों 7 से डिडक्ट हो सकते हैं. So 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21. In other words, the value of y will be equal to 3 upon 2. In this particular answer, we have